Time to focus on Helderberg Cares. Time is 16 minutes past 10. And in the studio with me today, somebody that I got to know 8 years ago in one of the most extraordinary weekends of my life. No, don't, not naughty thoughts. No. Stefan Peters, Distance for Difference. Welcome back to the Radio Helderberg studio. And I suppose we've got to clarify exactly what we mean by extraordinary weekend.
Well, yeah, 2013 it was the year of our very first The500 event that we hosted at Lord Charles Hotel. You guys were there, broadcasting, and as far as I can remember, you took part in some of the spinning events on a bike.
My first time ever on a spinning bike.
Yes,
I think the most extraordinary thing about that was the first time that I'd ever been to an event like that where people were doing 500 kilometers in 24 hours, and we broadcast for something like 28 hours.
That's correct.
And absolutely wonderful. But let's take it a step back. Absolutely fantastic memories. Let's take it a step back. Tell me a little bit more about Distance for Difference. So, I beg your pardon. Yeah, that's right. Distance for Difference. If anybody is sitting there going, Distance for Difference, D4D, that if you've been around Somerset West and the Helderberg, you'll see the little minivan with the logo on. You'll often see people on cycle with the clothing on. Tell us a little bit more.
Vanessa, as you said, I think the Radio Helderberg listeners by now know D4D quite well. So just quickly again, how it started was in 2004 after the Asian tsunami. And I was thinking, what can I do to make a difference? Those scenes of devastation, it was just terrible. Started running, and we started a campaign. We called it Running for Their Lives. It merged into, or morphed into Distance for Difference a few years later because cyclists and swimmers also wanted to join us.
Okay.
Long story short, many people joined us. We formed a committee. We've got 7 directors. And since 2004, we've now raised close to 8 million rand.
Wow, that's a staggering amount.
That we could distribute to children in need. And from there, our slogan, "Children in Need," is indeed our passion. So it's been a wonderful journey. Lots of ups and downs, but I've seen the power of people with open hearts and caring attitudes coming together and organizing amazing events like our two events that the listeners should know, the Gratitude Run and the 500 now. And it's been an awesome journey so far.
Absolutely fantastic. And I just want to ask you, were you a runner before starting this, or was it?
No, I was one of those guys at school. I did well at school, but sport wasn't really my thing. There was actually a day between a friend of mine in 1999. We said we must do a half marathon before the new millennium, and we did it. And it took me about 2 years to sort of get over that run, and then I started running, and I just thought I could use my legs. That's something I could do, and I started using that to raise funds.
Well, I think that's therein lies its own story, but it just shows you never say never. I think that's
Correct.
the key in all of it.
Absolutely.
You speak about children in need. Tell us a little bit more about the different charities for children that are being supported by the work that Distance for Difference does.
Vanessa, I think that's probably one of the most satisfying things to be involved with children's charities, and to know that whatever we do and whatever effort we put into organizing events and helping individual athletes with their campaigns, is to know that we are indeed making a difference in children's lives. And we've, over the 16 years, been involved with so many different charities. And for this year's the 500 event, we actually said, because of the situation that we're in and how difficult it is for these children's charities to raise funds, we're going to target 10 of our children charities that we've been involved in through the years.
Okay.
And we're going to say, these 10, we're going to raise hopefully 500,000 rand for you. And I think, again, the listeners will recognize some of these names. It will be Patch Helderberg, Heartlands Baby Sanctuary, Sylvia Foster Home there in Gordons Bay, Chadorka Foster Home, Kingdom Kids there in Solari Sports Village, Little Angels here in Somerset West, Gabriella Centre in Somerset West, Haga's Choice, working with little babies there in Cape Town area. Esther van Sail is a foster mum, and then Heaven Gates Ministry. So those are the 10 charities that we've identified that we want to raise funds for. But yeah, over the years we've been involved with so many others, and it's really a satisfying. Yeah, satisfying.
And just to let people know that if you're supporting Distance for Difference, you will be supporting these charities.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just quickly, how it works is D4D is basically a fundraiser. You know, these children's organizations, what they're good at is working with children.
Yes.
They're not necessarily good at raising funds. They don't have the resources, the people, and that's where D4D comes in. We use sport. We raise these funds. We've got this board of directors, and for us, it is very, very important to responsibly distribute the funds that we then raise to these children's charities. So we will normally get an application in. We will go and do a visit. We will really make sure that the money will be used wisely, responsibly, and then only we decide, okay, let's support for a few months, a once-off donation, or like in the case of 2 of these foster homes, we've been supporting them monthly for well over a decade now.
Sure. So that's absolutely phenomenal. And and simply because you decided to start running, I actually keep on going back to that. It's such a simple thing, and it's led to this
can
big
do it.
thing.
And
Absolutely.
it's if you look at, again, South Africa, the situation that we're in, it's all about, people just saying, listen, what can I do to make a difference?
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be something big.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It could be as simple, just start running or start walking or get a few friends together and reach out. And if more people can do it, just like there's hope for this country.
Definitely. I quite agree with you. But let's talk about the 500. Explain to us exactly what the 500 is and the upcoming event that is taking place at the end of October.
Yeah, so maybe just a brief history again. We've been involved with the Lord Charles Hotel. That was our venue for the previous 4 events. It was extremely successful. We've raised 2.1 million rand just through the 500 4 events over the last 8 years. And unfortunately, due to COVID, the Lord Charles has also closed down. The whole dynamic of fundraising has changed tremendously over the last 18 months. So also with obviously public events and sporting events, there's so many restrictions that COVID has brought about that it is extremely difficult. All right. So, but we've said to ourselves, the organizing committee, listen, even if it's just 4 people coming to do the 500 and 8 spinners, we're still going to do it. If we raise 30,000 rand, it's 30,000 rand these children's charities didn't have. So we're going to continue. So we're giving our full energy, our full commitment. We're getting sponsors on board. We want to create a great event. This time around, it will be at the Stellenbosch Flying Club. It's going to be rugged. It's going to be different. It's not going to be posh 5-star hotel event, but it's still going to be a great event. And we want to invite people to come. There's the concept basically is just, it is 500 kilometers on a bicycle for 24 hours.
Grueling.
We always have a few crazy guys that attempt that. About 70% normally completes it. People can also just join that group of full riders, as we call them, for a lap or 2, a 50-kilometer lap. During the day, it will be from Stellenbosch, Kuils River, Somerset West and back to the Flying Club. And during the evening this year, previously we were at Lawrenceford. The hills were a bit nasty for the guys, so we are going to do the evening laps on the grounds of Spear Wine Estate. Also a big thank you to them for allowing us to do that. So it's going to be nice and flat. So yeah, full 500, you can come and do a lap or 2, and then during the same time in one of their big hangars, we're going to have a 24-hour spinning event where we invite organizations, companies, Radio Helderberg to enter teams to come and spin, and that will be for 24 hours. We have a few individual spinners that's going to spin for 24 hours. That in the first event, I don't think that was even an event.
Yeah.
And in recent years we've got crazy guys guys like that as well. More girls, actually.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's going to be that. And then there's individual spinning sessions that you can just come and book a 45-minute spinning session with qualified instructors, a great vibe, lively music.
It is always.
And yeah, I think my call to the community out there is simply, Vanessa, I think we're all going through strain. Our minds are so full. We're struggling to cope. We all have our issues, but this is the one time this year where we just ask, listen, put all of that aside. Put your egos to the side. Whatever issues you think you face, and I have great respect and empathy. We're all struggling. But there are these children's charities that their normal sources of income has dried up. They can't do the normal things they always did to raise funds. We're going to continue to do this one, and hopefully through that make a difference in their lives. So come and join us. Yeah. Open your hearts, open your energy buckets that you still hopefully have left, and yeah, come and make a difference with us at the 500, 50 and 51st of October. Yeah, it's 30 days away, basically, at the Stellenbosch Flying Club. And
I can certainly attest to that. It is an event with a huge heart, and you will come away feeling so inspired. That's the one thing I can say. Yeah. Stefan, how can people get hold of you if they're sitting there thinking, yes, I want to be part of this?
Yeah, so I think a few ways to get involved is obviously to enter as soon as possible as a spinner or a cyclist. And the easiest is just to go to our website, d4dsa.co.za. You can also find us on Facebook. We've got a Facebook page, Distance for Difference. And then you can call Tasha, our office administrator, at 082 415 5595. 082 415 5595. But yeah, the easiest is probably just our website, d4dsa.co.za. You'll see the links to where you can buy the tickets. That's on Quicket. And yeah, maybe I just want to also take this moment, Vanessa, just to thank those committee members. It's as I said, people all facing struggles. We've all gone through either financial or health issues over the last 18 months. But people like Tasha and Yolanda, Tia, Sunel, Ivan, Colin, Stefan, Milan, Karwin, Renee. It's just wonderful people that are willing to, despite all those challenges, still give their time and energy. I would like to thank our sponsors that's already on board, the Stellenbosch Flying Club, XL Events, DNG Staging, and Securite, and then all the individuals that's already joined us. Come and join spinning teams like Somerset College, Seven Seas, and Kudu Investment Capital. And yeah, use it as a great team building event. And yeah, as I said, just come and give a little bit of yourself in a time where that is desperately needed, and help us raise that magical 500,000 rand. Yeah. We've done it in each of the previous 4 events, and we're trusting the Lord for a big miracle again.
I'm sure it's going to happen. It's an event that's so part of the Helderberg. Yeah. And I just want to say that 8 years ago, the first time I ever got onto a spinning bike was at the 500. So absolutely. I haven't got on one again.
Well, it's about time, isn't it?
But yeah. So I enjoy the walking side, but I think that it's absolutely amazing. And I take my hat off to every person who's involved, and especially the guys who decide to do the 500 kilometers. It is grueling. It is. And absolutely a test of the mind like you've never seen before.
Definitely mind over matter.
Definitely.
For sure.
So I urge you, if you can, even if it's donating a 50 rand, go ahead and go and look. The companies out there, I quite agree, it is a great team building opportunity. Stefan, it's been a pleasure catching up with you again. I wish you everything of every success with this event, and keep us updated on the progress, and I look forward to hearing how much you've raised.
Please follow us on Facebook. There's also an event on Facebook. If people can like it and share it, we've got a month to really market this well now. Yes. And so if I can ask for that support from our listeners, it will be great.
Fantastic. Stefan Peters, Distance for Difference, thank you so much for your time this morning.